So, you found this video. Congrats. You get nothing, or do you? You see, the older I got, the more life started to feel like an endless loop of expectations, responsibilities, and pressures that never really let up. Every time I thought I was making progress, something would pull me back. It wasn't just about money, or work, or relationships. It was something deeper, something heavier, something that sat in my chest like a weight I couldn't shake off. I tried everything. Reading self-help books, forcing myself into habits that weren't mine, pretending to be someone I wasn't just to fit the mold of what success was supposed to look like. But nothing worked. If anything, it made things worse. Because when you're forcing yourself into someone else's blueprint for happiness, you're not actually living. You're just performing. And then I did something different. I stopped chasing. I stopped forcing. I stopped treating my life like a problem that needed to be fixed. And that's when things started to change. But let's talk about you. I'm not here to tell you to wake up at 5 a.m., to hustle harder, to push through like some kind of machine. I won't tell you that meditation will solve all your problems, or that you just need to be positive and everything will fall into place. Because if it were that easy, you wouldn't be here right now, looking for something more. I'm here to tell you that you are not broken. Not what you expected to hear, huh? You probably have a list in your head, everything you think you should be doing, everything you think you should have achieved by now. Maybe you're comparing yourself to that friend who seems to have it all figured out, to the people on your feed who look effortlessly happy, successful, enlightened. And maybe, deep down, you feel like you're falling behind, like you missed some invisible deadline for having life figured out. But here's the truth. There is no deadline. There is no race. You are not behind. You are exactly where you are meant to be. You didn't take a wrong turn. You didn't mess up your life. Even if you made mistakes, even if you lost opportunities, even if you feel like you've been stuck in the same place for years, it wasn't wasted. It was part of the process. Because here's something no one tells you. Suffering is a teacher. Pain, loss, frustration, they're not punishments. They're guides. They're pointing you towards something, whether you see it yet or not. But the problem is, most people spend their whole lives running from pain, avoiding discomfort, numbing themselves just to get through the day. And I get it. Facing yourself is hard. Sitting with the parts of you that feel broken, lost, uncertain, it's uncomfortable. It hurts. But what if I told you that the moment you stop fighting it, stop resisting it, something shifts? What if I told you that the very things you think are holding you back are actually the key to your transformation? Because they are. And if you've ever felt like you don't belong, like you're somehow different, like the world wasn't built for people like you, good. Because that means you're not here to fit in. You're here to wake up. But how do you do that? How do you go from feeling stuck to feeling free? From doubting yourself to trusting yourself? From struggling to surviving to thriving? It starts with one thing: acceptance. Not just acceptance of your past, not just acceptance of your flaws, acceptance of yourself, all of you. The parts you love and the parts you hide, the parts you show to the world and the parts you keep buried under a mask. Because here's the real secret. You don't need to change to be worthy. You already are. Let that sink in for a second. You don't need to be more productive to deserve rest. You don't need to be perfect to deserve love. You don't need to have everything figured out to be on the right path. And once you accept that, once you stop fighting yourself, something amazing happens. You stop wasting energy on trying to be someone you're not. You stop chasing a version of happiness that was never meant for you. You start creating your own path, in your own way, at your own pace. And guess what? That's when things actually start to work. Stay with me until the end of this video to understand why everything you've been searching for has been within you all along. Because once you see it, once you feel it, nothing will ever be the same. You see, the reason most people feel lost, stuck, or unfulfilled isn't because they're lazy, or not good enough, or because life is somehow against them. It's because they're living under a set of invisible rules they never even agreed to. Rules like, success looks like this, asterisk. Happiness means achieving that, asterisk. You should have it all figured out by now, asterisk. But let me ask you something. Who decided those rules? Asterisk, asterisk. Because the truth is, most of what we believe about life, about success, about ourselves, it wasn't chosen by us. It was programmed into us. By society, by our families, by teachers, by the world around us. And if you've ever felt like you don't fit into the system, like something about the way things are just doesn't make sense to you, asterisk, asterisk, it's not because you're broken, it's because you're waking up, asterisk, asterisk. And waking up is uncomfortable, because it means questioning everything. The way you think, the way you live, the way you define happiness. It means letting go of ideas that might have kept you safe, but also kept you small. It means realizing that maybe, just maybe, asterisk, the life you've been chasing isn't actually the life you want. And that's terrifying, right? Because if you're not who you thought you were, then who are you? That's where most people stop. They feel the fear, the uncertainty, and they go back to what's familiar. Even if it makes them miserable, at least it's predictable. But you're still here. You're still listening. Which means, asterisk, asterisk, you're ready. Asterisk, asterisk, ready to stop living a life that isn't yours. Ready to stop measuring yourself against someone else's idea of success. Ready to stop running in circles trying to fix something that was never broken in the first place. Because here's what no one tells you. You are allowed to redefine everything. Asterisk. Asterisk. What success means to you. What happiness feels like to you. What kind of life you actually want. And when you do that, when you strip away everything that was never really yours, something incredible happens. You start making choices that actually feel good, not choices based on fear or guilt or obligation, not choices based on what you think you should do, but choices based on what you actually want. And that's when things begin to shift. Because suddenly, life isn't just something happening to you, it's something you're creating. But that kind of freedom, it's not comfortable. It requires you to let go of everything that's been keeping you trapped. The fear of failing, the need for approval, the belief that you're not enough. And I won't lie to you, letting go is hard. Asterisk, asterisk. Because as much as we say we want to be free, we also crave certainty. We hold on to our struggles because at least they're familiar. At least they give us something to blame. But what if you let go? What if you stopped fighting yourself? What if, instead of constantly trying to fix your life, you started living it? What if, instead of trying to be someone else, you decided to be fully, unapologetically? Because that's where real happiness is, not in some distant future, not in some perfect version of yourself, but right here, right now, exactly as you are. Asterisk, asterisk. So let me ask you, what would your life look like if you stopped believing you needed to be anything other than who you are? Think about that. Sit with it. And if this message resonated with you, if something inside you feels like it just woke up, drop a comment below. Let me know what part of this hit home for you. Because this isn't just a video, it's a reminder. A reminder that you are enough, that you are capable, that you are not lost, you're just waking up. And waking up? That's where everything begins.